Wait, how do I do this? It's like, hello and welcome back to Cape Corner. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Hello, and welcome back to Cape Corner.
Yeah.
It's my best Blue impression.
Thanks. It sounds kind of like me. Hello, and welcome back to Cape Corner, where we explore the history, story, and cultural impact of a different character or group every episode. I'm Blue.
And I'm Jordan.
And, man, it's been a tiring week for me.
Yeah?
Just a lot of drama and annoyance and upset, but you know what? We're at the end of the week.
I feel like I've had the same week as you somehow.
I am going to choose to look at it as we got a negative week out of the way, so now next week we're going to have a positive week.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to look at the future with hope. And speaking of hope, we're talking about the fucking super family again.
A symbol that means hope.
Yeah, didn't you know? It means hope. And that
hope.
way, because
starts with an H, stupid.
They said that it means hope in an alien script that no earthling knows. So completely ignore the fact that he's a brooding motherfucker. Just accept that he's a symbol of hope in the movies. Sorry, that still bugs me.
Have you seen those College Humor Batman videos?
Yes, the bad man.
Where Superman goes, this symbol stands for, he goes, you wear a stupid S on your chest, as if we could forget what your name is. And then he goes, it's my people's symbol for hope. And he goes, hope starts with an H, stupid.
Yeah. I fucking love it. And then there's the Oswald as the Penguin. And
I love it.
Batman just keeps murdering people, and he's like, "No, right there, you just killed a guy." And he's like,
"I feel like
he's just sleeping."
I feel like this is greater proof that when we get to the Batman episode, it will be 3 hours long because we find some excuse to mention him in every other episode.
Man, along with Spider-Man, he is the most prolific superhero. It's hard not to talk about him.
It'll be a very long episode when we get there.
Anyway, we're talking about Supergirl, and if that feels shoehorned in, so was she. In the comics, she was just kind of shoved in all of a sudden. In the movies, bet you didn't know there was a Supergirl movie. That's because they just pushed it right on in there between Superman's 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, there is a Supergirl movie. It's on HBO Max.
Oh, guess what I won't be watching tonight?
Imagine if they make me do that for the Fandom Optimists.
Good fucking luck. Because, I know you're an optimistic guy, but man...
I would try. I would try real hard.
I know you would.
And by the way, Blue, thank you for coming on the Fandom Optimist last week. Everyone should go check it out. It was great.
It was a pleasure. Yes, please, everybody, give the Fandom Optimists a listen. Give them your money. Do I already said it's Supergirl. Do I care? She's the Girl of Steel. Does she have
clickety clickety clackety clack?
Look, I can't help it. It's my keyboard is super loud.
Well, it's the way that a keyboard should sound. It is a cartoon keyboard.
It doesn't even have nicknames for her.
Oh god, that's so sad.
The Girl of Steel, I guess.
The Girl of Steel.
So, okay, she's Kara Danvers and also known as Kara Zor-El. Really lucky for her that she had a name that sounds close enough to like a human name.
Yeah, and also suspiciously similar to Carol Danvers.
Right, sorry. Wait. Oh shit, I never even thought of that.
Isn't that weird? It's the
Good
same
catch. Wow. They were really blatant with that one, huh? Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty clear.
And yet, despite how blatant it was, I never noticed.
I wonder which one came first. You'd think that I would have looked that up before coming on
It was
on a
probably
show
Supergirl.
before coming on a show about the comic book history of characters.
It's probably Supergirl because she's been around since like the 50s, I'm pretty sure. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
Captain Marvel and by extension Miss Marvel have only been around since like the late 60s or early 70s, I think.
Okay.
Because that was the Silver Age. That was when they were doing all the wacky space shit. But anyway, so we're gonna be talking about Supergirl, and like, don't get me wrong, it's not that I think she is less interesting. In fact, honestly, I think in many ways she's more interesting than Superman. She's got a lot going on for her, but it's just the writers never seem to want to do anything with her.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about a few different iterations. There are a couple of different iterations of her that I find very interesting. And what's really fun is we'll also use this to talk a bit about the DC Comics multiverse, which I've never really touched on too much.
Easily my favorite part of superhero storytelling, the multiverse.
It always makes for the most interesting stuff. All right, so let's start by talking about her abilities. Again, just like the Super Pets and Superman, like they have a pretty like standardized set of powers Kryptonians have once they're under a yellow sun. Super strength, super speed, flight, nigh invulnerability, laser vision. They say heat vision, but like half the time it doesn't even generate heat, so it's just like whatever they want. A myriad of supervisions like telescopic vision, microscopic vision, infrared vision, X-ray vision, a breath so strong that they can like exhale and create hurricane force winds,
and freeze things.
Yes. See, I don't really understand that one. I can understand like if you've got crazy like tensile strength in your lungs that like they can exhale super hard, but like how does she actually lower the temperature of her breath?
Well, I guess if you blow air like slowly out of your mouth, it's warm air. But if you blow it really fast, it's cold air. And I guess the idea is that they can blow the air so fast that it freezes things.
But how does that operate? Because like sometimes they blow and it's just like a cryo stream that doesn't blow you back, it just freezes you. Or they can do the one that blows you back and doesn't freeze you. So it's like a mode change thing. You would think if it was done by blowing the air fast, it would both freeze you and knock you back all the time.
One would think, but you know what they say about comic books? It's not physics.
They can shoot fucking lasers out of their eyes, so I guess it doesn't matter.
It ain't a physics textbook, that's for sure.
You know what I appreciate about Marvel is that Stan Lee always tried to have a decent reason why people could fly. He literally said when talking about Thor, he made it so that like Thor could technically fly without the hammer, but it was kind of janky and dumb looking. So what he does is he spins the hammer, builds up the momentum, and then like throws it up into the air, launches it, but then holds onto the strap, and then the momentum of the hammer carries him and like guides his flight. And he's like, I just felt like that made more sense than fucking Superman, who could just like move up and down, left and right, in whatever way he wants with absolutely no propulsion.
Yeah, and like that Storm can kind of move the air currents around her to throw her around in the wind and fly.
Like almost every character in Marvel who can fly has like an explanation of how they do it. But like Superman, they really don't want to answer that question.
And then there's Angel, who literally has giant fucking wings.
That's his mutant power. Is just he's got big ass wings.
I can't wait till we get to the Angel episode.
Man, don't tell people that there's going to be an Angel episode. There might be a Horseman of Apocalypse episode, and we'll talk about Angel then. But like,
If you keep this show running long enough, you're eventually going to get an Angel episode.
Man, I hope not. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the origin of Supergirl. So, created as a female counterpart to Superman, Kara Zor-El shares his superpowers and vulnerability to kryptonite. Oh yeah, like if it wasn't obvious because everybody else is weak to kryptonite, she is also weak to kryptonite.
Yeah.
She first appeared as Supergirl in Superman number 123 in August of 1958. Wait. Oh, it's got her listed as Supergirl twice. The first time is capital SUPER hyphen capital GIRL. And then as Supergirl, all one word, only the uppercase S, appeared in 1959.
Okay.
I don't know why they felt the need to make that distinction.
That's very fun. I also think it's very fun that I think aside from that, Ant-Man hyphenates. Right.
Spider-Man hyphenates, but Batman and Superman do not. Interesting. So Supergirl used to, and then she stopped. Like, well, you know what? A big one with people getting the name wrong that does
Spider-Man
is Mega Man, because Mega Man his name is technically Mega Space Man, but a lot of people write it as all one word Mega Man, and technically that started in Mega Man Battle Network. But the reason that his name is all one word in that game is because it's a program name. It's megaman.exe is his name. So there's no spaces allowed in, files like that.
Interesting. I love the one comic panel where someone is saying something about Spider-Man, and in the speech bubble you can see that it's not hyphenated, and then Spider-Man interrupts and he says, "I'm sorry, it's just I can tell that you're saying it without the hyphenation, and it really bothers me." And that's just always been one of my favorite Spider-Man panels.
I feel like he's been hanging around Deadpool too long to be able to make that joke.
And he makes the joke about the hyphen a lot. He makes it in the PS4 game too.
I was gonna say that's actually the moment when I realized that I hadn't been hyphenating his name for years.
Yeah. Where he says, "Are you writing up your memoirs? Don't forget the hyphen between Spider and Man."
Yeah.
I love him. So welcome to Spider-Man Part 2.
Don't. I'm not ready for that yet. I need time.
We're all spidered out over here.
Yeah. We say as it's been like weeks, but whatever.
I think it's only been like 2 weeks.
That's still plural weeks.
Okay, fine.
Look, the long and short of Supergirl is they wanted a girl counterpart to Superman because the late 50s was starting to see the rise in the feminist movement, and they thought it would be good. It would be good PR to have a Supergirl as well, and it was a nice idea, but I feel like in a lot of the older issues, she's still kind of a victim of how they wrote women back then.
Yeah.
So it feels like she's a very blah, nothing character. But then again, I guess that would make her a female Superman. Oh shit! I just went there.
So in the comics, because I know this is in the show, she's a journalist like Clark. Is that true in the comics?
Hang on. I see.
This is one of our no research episodes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, man, just really putting me on the spot here. Look, there's some characters that I just intuitively know a whole lot about, and I don't need to research. And then there's some that I've just never really gotten into, and she's one of them.
like the comic book history of Supergirl.
Oh
I,
man, I don't
I
know.
I quite enjoy the TV series. I think it's pretty good.
I feel like, see, I have this issue where trailers will make me not want to watch a show, even when I've heard that the show is better than the trailer. We've already talked about the Titans discourse, but do you remember the original trailer for Supergirl?
The series?
Yeah,
I think so.
it was painted super heavily like it was Sex in the City with occasional superhero shenanigans on the side.
Really? I did not remember that that's how that trailer was.
Do yourself a favor after this episode is done recording, watch the original Supergirl trailer for the CW, and it is like it focuses on, is it Cat Grant that's her boss?
Yes.
It focuses on Cat Grant talking about wanting a triple macchiato or whatever the fuck, and how hot Jimmy Olsen is, and uh, a lot of her, like, they include the montage of her trying on different fashions to find her outfit in
Yeah.
the trailer. Um, and it's like maybe 3 seconds of her actually fighting a bad guy.
Oh wow.
Like,
That's pretty funny, and it's especially funny because the show does have way more of that than like Arrow or Flash did at the time, but that is not what the show is. It's definitely still a majority Supergirl with a side of this kind of chick flick. Yeah,
it's extremely chick flicky. Like the first episode I remember after she does her first superhero thing, like she's like curled up on the sofa looking frumpy and eating a tub of ice cream and squeeing about herself on the TV, and I'm like, this imagery is just like fucking every chick flick I've ever seen.
yeah. It
And
does lean pretty heavily into that stuff, but man, if the trailer played it like that's all it is with some tiny superheroics, that's pretty funny because I felt it was the other way around when I was watching it.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, I've heard nice things about the show, but trust me, I remember that trailer very vividly,
so
and it lives rent free in my brain.
have you only watched the first couple episodes? It was one of those situations.
I think I've watched the first episode.
Okay, I have watched. I think I have not watched season 3
Oh
for
wait,
some
I'm
reason.
sorry. I technically have also watched a couple episodes here and there because they were parts of crossover events.
Right. Honestly, the Arrowverse cross. This gives us a good excuse to talk about the Arrowverse because I love the Arrowverse. Um,
I loved the Arrowverse.
yeah. Okay. It's yes, it's fallen on hard times, Blue. Um,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like rude or anything. Just like it's lost its luster with
I'm
me, man. I
I'm a
was mostly
fandom
there for the
optimist.
Flash.
I'm a fandom optimist. My love for things never dies. Once I've decided, I'm in for life. Um, but yeah, the Arrowverse is really cool. I love the way they do their crossovers. I was kind of excited to go on a epic rant bash on season 7 of The Flash, had you chosen The Flash, which I guess
Oh,
we'll do later on. Because oh boy, do I have a rant to go on about
you know
season
what?
7 of The
I,
Flash.
I'm excited for that. So how about 2 weeks from now we
I'm
do the
in.
Flash?
I'm in. Um, Supergirl. So I don't think I've watched season 3. I don't remember why. I think that was just a bad time in my life. I fell out with some stuff. I could only hold on to a few shows. And I'm actually going through the process of rewatching Supergirl. So I will, because I'd only seen parts of season 2, and so I'm trying to rewatch it so I can get the full story again. Because I
So
want to.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, I don't think I've seen season 3, but I really want to know what happens in season 3 because season 2, from what I saw, was great, and seasons 4 and 5 were awesome. Like, I love season 4 and 5 of Supergirl. Um, and then season 6 is okay. It's okay. It's not as good, but it's still watchable.
I'm trying to remember how the seasons line up because I remember Flash season 1 started alongside of Arrow season 3 because Barry appeared in a season 2 episode. By the way, Arrow season 2 was the best, and
Arrow
it's a rare
season
thing.
2 Arrow season 2 can rival any comic book media. Like it's masterpiece level. I love season
really
2 of Arrow.
Good. And then I think so it was I think it was Flash season 2 is when Supergirl season 1 started because I remember he attached the tachyon device from Reverse Flash onto himself to boost himself to be faster than Zoom, and the first time he ran with it, he like blipped out for like a second and then blipped back in, and Cisco and them were like, "Hey, good speed, Barry," and he's like, "What happened? Oh my God, what's that?" And they're like, "What?
How long have I been gone?"
Because like he was gone for an entire episode from his perspective. He appeared in a Supergirl episode.
Yeah, he was over on Supergirl's Earth for like a day and a half.
Yeah, and then it was only like a second from his universe, which to my knowledge, they've established that's not how time works with their universes. They run concurrently. So whatever.
Well, I guess we also know that Barry runs through time sometimes. So my guess is that when he was running back, he also ran back a day in time.
Oh, and that's not cheating.
Well, you gotta headcanon some stuff with this comic book media. Otherwise, you get caught up in plot holes.
Unfortunately, the Arrowverse is one of those where you have to headcanon a lot. And I'm not going to be a biased dickhead because I'm not trying to sit in here and bash the Arrowverse endlessly. So I'll say thanks. I'll say as much as I love Dragon Ball, that's also a series that the fans have done a lot of legwork on because we just never got explanation things. And so we went, okay, we have to sit down with our whiteboards and figure this out because Akira Toriyama won't do it for us.
Yeah, so Barry runs over to Supergirl's Earth, and that was a great episode. I loved that episode of Supergirl.
I like those two together. Apparently, they were both on Glee.
They were both on Glee. They are both
so every time they get together,
talented.
They oftentimes find an excuse to have them sing together. Like there was that musical episode.
The musical episode of The Flash is one of my favorite hours of television ever made.
It was, you know what? I don't like musicals, but I really enjoyed that. No, well, because my mom ran a daycare out of our house when we were growing up, and so
that'll do it.
She would often play like musicals on VHS tapes to keep the kids placated. So even as kids came and went, I was always still in that house watching those same tapes. So the amount of times I've seen Annie and Pippi Longstockings and fucking I can't even think. Just like there were so many of them. And,
how about the Disney musicals?
What, like the cartoon movies?
Yeah,
all of them. There must be more to this whatever life. Fucking, I don't like Beauty and the Beast. Fight me.
I'm very surprised that you liked that episode if you don't like musicals.
It's because the character chemistry was really fun.
Okay.
Like, I like music, but something about the Broadway presentation of musicals has never really jived with me very well. Thanks again to, my tragic backstory. All right. So again,
I was shipping Supergirl and the Flash for a while. I was like, they should wind up together.
I kind of felt it too. It was a little bit less so because they were really starting to lean more into his romance with Iris at that point.
They were, and I was upset when they had an episode where it was Barry and Supergirl hanging out. I was like, they belong together. They're so much fun.
I think damn near every relationship Barry had in that series that wasn't with Iris was better. Girl's name from the beginning of season 2, Patty.
Patty, she was great.
She was
Everyone wants a
fantastic.
girlfriend like Patty.
She was so good. Linda was like, all right, sure. Like,
Yeah, Linda was just kind of there.
yeah. I can't remember. I feel like there was somebody else.
Oh
he had
man, we're gonna have so much fun on the Flash episode.
he had a thing with Felicity, which was, sure. I liked
Sure.
Felicity, and then I didn't.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Season 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Anyway.
But yeah, Supergirl.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I don't have stuff about her live action show to talk about. So if you want to talk about her live action show, it's on you.
Sure, I can keep ranting about this. So,
Uh-oh.
So so okay, I'm not gonna spoil like huge plot twists in Supergirl in case anyone's like going back and watching the early seasons. And I definitely won't spoil anything from season 6 in case you watch Supergirl and are waiting for it to hit Netflix. But I like season 1 quite a lot. It's sometimes the kind of chick flick aesthetic got a little heavy-handed to me, but it's fine. I like it. Season 2 was awesome because we got to meet Superman on the show, and that guy is great as Clark Kent and as Superman, and it made me happy to see him.
Everything I've seen of his Superman, like, see, here's the thing. People want to be like, oh, you're a DC hater or you're just a Superman hater. No, I want him done well. I don't care what you guys say. Henry Cavill, and it's not necessarily his acting, though I do think that's part of it, but it's mostly the direction and the tone that the movies establish. I don't think he's portrayed very well. This version of Superman is one I can get behind. I like him.
Sure. Is Tyler Hecklin? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Tyler H.
Tyler H. Good old Tyler H. He is delightful as both Clark and as Superman. Over on the Superman and Lois show, we get to see Superman as a dad, and I never knew I needed to see Superman as a dad, but my God, I love seeing Superman as a dad. As the dad of 2 teenagers, not just
It's funny how we never really do see him as a dad in motion media because he's been a dad for decades.
Yeah, in the comics.
I mean, they always go back and like reverse time and reboot the universe and undo
then
it.
Dr. Manhattan steals 10 years from everyone's lives, and comic books are weird.
Yeah. But he's had a couple different kids over the years.
Yeah. Okay, so with I think it was revealed in season 1 that, and here's a minor spoiler for early in Supergirl, but that Hank, what's his name?
Henshaw,
the cyborg Superman. But Hank Henshaw in the show is revealed to actually be J'onn J'onzz, the Martian Manhunter, in disguise as the leader of the DEO. And
my question is, what was the purpose of making him Hank Henshaw? All that does is remove a potential character that it could have been used later on.
He does come back. The real Hank Henshaw turns out to be alive, and he comes back, and they do go down that road.
Oh, okay.
So that was cool. And it's revealed that J'onn replaced Hank because Hank was an asshole. And he's kind of bigoted about aliens. And he's like, no, I'm going to take your place and make the DEO a good thing instead of an evil thing that's just going to indiscriminately kill any alien it finds.
Well, I'm happy to report that if that's the case, then they portrayed him accurately to the comics.
Yeah, so it was really cool that's the Martian Manhunter. The Martian Manhunter is done beautifully in the show Supergirl. They had a deal where Martian Manhunter gets to talk to his dad. I don't remember how. I don't remember if the dad's supposed to be still alive or if it was some sort of like hologram Jor-El kind of deal. But the Martian Manhunter's dad was played by the guy who did the voice of the Martian Manhunter in the original Justice League animated series, which
Oh, the
was
guy who played Isaiah Bradley.
yes, that guy. He played Martian Manhunter's dad on Supergirl. That made me happy.
That's really cool.
But yeah, Supergirl is it's a good show, and I like and the way that Melissa Benoist plays Kara is just awesome. She is so lovable and sunny as Supergirl. She's just charismatic and awesome, and I love her. And then we get up into season 4 and 5 where they bring in John Cryer as Lex Luthor. And that dude quickly became my favorite live action Lex Luthor. I love that dude as Lex Luthor. He's psychotic. And it really breathed new life into the show and gave someone new and interesting for Melissa Benoist to bounce off of. And so I really think that 4 and 5 kind of revitalized the show. And now in season 6, it's okay.
Is her name Melissa Benoist or is it
Benoist.
Melissa Benoist?
I don't. It's not. I think that the S and the T are pronounced. I just don't know if it's Benoist or Benoist.
Is there a T at the end? I thought it was. No, whatever. That's just how much I know.
I know that the end of the name is OIST.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she is so good as Supergirl, and Supergirl as portrayed in that show is just awesome. Obviously because it's her show, she is depicted as being more powerful than Superman, which okay, whatever. I'll accept that that's a thing on that earth.
I mean, like, I guess it technically, like, there's really no reason for Superman to be stronger by default, other than the fact that he's older.
Yeah. I just know there's a lot of people who get really upset that I think there's an episode where Superman gets brainwashed or something happens. I don't remember. But Supergirl has to fight him, and I think she beats him in the fight. And there were a lot of people. You can imagine how badly that pissed off some fans.
There's another interpretation of Kara where she's stronger than Superman, which I actually want to talk about in this episode.
Ooh, which version is that?
So there was a like a DVD animated movie, like double feature for Superman Batman World's Finest. And one of the movies is Superman Batman Public Enemies.
Yeah, I love it.
Really good. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Superman Batman Apocalypse. Yeah. And in Apocalypse, Kara comes to Earth for the first time, and they do some scans of her and discuss things, and Batman realizes pretty quickly that she has the potential to be stronger than Superman. And Darkseid gets involved, tries fucking with shit.
As he does.
I think it starts to culminate in Supergirl versus Darkseid, but look, I've only watched the movie once and it's been years. I think she's too inexperienced and naive, and he winds up beating her by blindsiding her, and Superman rages and beats him. I think that's how it goes. It might be the other way around. I can't remember.
I do not remember. I have not watched it recently, but it is on HBO Max.
That movie has been memed now. There's a meme that's been going around for the past couple months of
really?
The image of Superman in the cornfield who's like in mid stride but Darkseid, who's not facing him, grabs his cape, and like Superman's eyes are kind of wide, and he's like, like, and that's been used as an image of like someone says something, slick and tries to get away with it, and then other people will respond with that image, like, hold up.
That's great.
But yeah, so what's fun is that Superman Batman Apocalypse has Supergirl, but Superman Batman Public Enemies has Power Girl.
Oh yeah.
And now we're going to talk about Kara Zor-El, or Kara Danvers, as Power Girl. So, for those of you who aren't aware, in the Golden Age of comics, they had formed not the Justice League, but the Justice Society of America. And this had Superman, Clark Kent, Batman, Bruce Wayne, who this Batman married Catwoman, had a daughter who became the Huntress. They had the Green Lantern, Alan Scott, a man who had an actual literal lantern and like a red outfit with like a cape. The Flash, Jay Garrick, who got his superhuman speed by, I shit you not, inhaling hard water fumes. And he had a metal hat with little wings on it. And basically, they were versions of these characters that they wanted to revamp. So one day, in like the 60s, starting with the Silver Age, the writers just went, hey, all the stories that we had told about these beloved characters up until now, surprise, that was actually Earth 2. Now we're going to focus on Earth 1. And Earth 1, Superman and all of them were like younger and different. And they replaced Jay Garrick with Barry Allen as the Flash. They replaced Alan Scott with Hal Jordan as Green Lantern, et cetera, and so on and so forth. And what's fun is that the Earth 2 Superman is actually older, because I guess they're like time displaced from each other, the two Earths. Our Batman was back to being a swinging bachelor who just, fucks his enemies and never gets nailed down by a single lady. What's neat is that Supergirl, was like still Supergirl, but then later on when they wrote about the two Earths meeting up, Supergirl from Earth 2, being older now, has now started going by Power Girl. She no longer wears the classic red and blue outfit like Superman does. She wears a white leotard with a red short side cape, as opposed to the normal back cape, and a big old boob window.
Oh boy.
She's got some big titties, and she's really showing them off. And in modern days, they tried to write a reason for that. And there's a comic panel where she's like, Superman, you have the House of El symbol, and Batman has his bat symbol, and the Flash has his lightning bolt, and all of you, you know who you want to be, and you have a symbol that defines you and what your motivations and character are. I don't know who I am yet. And I left this hole in my costume thinking one day, I would discover my identity and I would have a symbol of my own and I would fill the hole. But the hole is still there. It's like, okay, or you just have really big boobs and you're showing them off, both for like flattering appearance and also to distract enemies. If that's the case, you can just say that.
Now, if it's a distraction tactic, that is damn brilliant. That is on par with Batman dressing up his sidekick in neon yellow and green so that he gets shot instead of Batman. That is
fucked up, but
that is top level manipulation tactics right there, man.
But it's so funny because I've seen like not her, but like multiple, superhero women who have been like, why do you think we wear revealing skin tight outfits? It's because half the time we're fighting mobs of henchmen, they just stop in their tracks to oogle us, and then we just knock them out. It makes things easier.
There's apparently the reason that she has such massive boobs is that this was at a time where they were censoring certain things in comics, and this artist wanted to see how far he could go before they started censoring him. So every issue he drew them just a tiny bit larger. Every issue. Every single issue she showed up. And then eventually someone was finally like, "Hey, wait a minute. These are really big." And then he stopped. He stopped increasing the size.
So he did the frog in boiling water thing. Oh, I love that.
I wish I could remember the name of the artist, but that is allegedly a true story.
That's a Chad move right there. Oh my God. All right. Well, with that fun negative information out there for us all now, I want to talk about another version of Power Girl, who I find as an endlessly fascinating interpretation. So in Justice League Unlimited,
yes,
yeah, you knew what I was going with. Well, the excitement in your voice just now is so strong.
I just rewatched this arc 3 weeks ago.
Well, in Justice League Unlimited, there is they start to focus a little bit on Supergirl, and Cadmus. Cadmus is always doing bullshit with cloning. It turns out Amanda Waller cloned Supergirl, and her clone comes out with a shortcut bob, whereas our Supergirl has long hair, and a full white leotard with a boob window. She doesn't have a cape or any of the other accessories, but she does have like the boots, I think. And she comes out and it's called Galatea. And what a bitch she is.
She is so mean.
She is cruel and enjoys every second of it. And I eventually, learning more about superheroes, one day I was like, wait a minute, Power Girl. Wait a minute.
That looks familiar.
Hang on. So they just made a superhero into like one of the meanest, nastiest villains I've ever seen.
It's a good move.
It was like very unexpected.
Everything that those Justice League animated series did are like, I look back and I go, it's a good move.
Yeah.
They're just awesome.
Incorporating the Wonder Twins in that one episode. It's a good
Brilliant. It's a good move.
Yeah. Guys, what we're saying is you should watch the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited animated series.
It's on HBO Max. Go watch it.
Yeah.
This podcast brought to you by HBO Max because I'm constantly explaining what's on these streaming services.
It's fun because the entire DC animated universe, which is one of the best interpretations of these characters ever put to page or screen, is like, it's pretty much all on HBO Max. Static Shock is on HBO Max. I don't know if shit like the Zeta Project is, but then again, I couldn't give less of a shit about the Zeta Project.
The Zeta Project is not, and I don't think they have the theatrical releases of
the Mask of
the Phantasm and Sub-Zero. I don't think they have those.
Do they have Return of the Joker?
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm gonna go look.
Okay. I really like that one. That's one of my favorite movies.
To Return of the Joker, we're gonna have to do a either before or after, which are really the only two options. But before or after the Batman episode, we will have to do a Batman Beyond episode just about Terry.
I just realized that, like, if we think the Batman episode is going to be a long time, the Joker episode that we eventually
Oh
do,
Jesus. Yeah, they have Return of the Joker.
man, I could spend so much time just talking about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, let alone all the other ones. Shit.
Oh, the Joker episode's gonna be wild. Oh, they do have Mask of the Phantasm. They just don't have Sub-Zero. That's okay.
I mean,
Sub-Zero isn't all that exciting.
Wow, to hear you say that, I was gonna be like, yeah, I guess it's no big loss. It wasn't that good, and then you beat me to it. I'm just like, oh, whiplash.
It does. I love Mr. Freeze. So any chance I get to watch more Mr. Freeze, I'm in. But it's not one of those things where I feel like you've missed a crucial part of this grand universe if you don't get to see Sub-Zero.
Weirdly, he's barely in it.
Yeah, that's true. It pretty much only explains, like, they kind of mention the events of that movie in passing in an episode of the new Batman Adventures, where they're like, yeah, remember we unfroze the wife and she's okay now and he never came to visit her. They just kind of offhand recap that in a later episode. So it's like, you're fine if you don't watch it for understanding the whole story.
Yeah. Man,
and also
Mr.
that was before they had Tara Strong as Batgirl, and I didn't like the vocal performance of Batgirl as much in that movie as I do when it's Tara Strong.
Yes, we have established that you're very horny for Tara Strong, which is understandable.
Yes, specifically Tara Strong's Batgirl.
But
and
I'm
her Harley Quinn
her as Raven.
and her Raven and a few other things.
Yeah, clock.
The clock, yes, very much.
Man, all right. So, I also wanted to talk about Supergirl, in Injustice 2.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm not very familiar with Injustice, so go for it. Teach me.
Supergirl is actually the main character of Injustice 2.
Oh, that's cool.
It opens up showing, what's the city? You know the one.
Is it Metropolis?
No. The one Krypton city. The only one.
Oh man, I don't know its name.
Is it Kandor?
Yes. It's gotta be, right? That sounds familiar.
Probably. Whatever. Her city, the only one that we ever know about, is under attack by Brainiac's drones. And it's like her as a normal non-powered girl, because she's under a red sun, having to fucking like run through as people are getting eviscerated in the streets and try not to die. And she winds up getting launched away by her mom. And like she sees the pod with her baby cousin Cal, flying near her in space, but a rogue asteroid hits her pod. She gets knocked into the Phantom Zone, time displaced. By the time she gets out, she's like a young adult, but Superman not only is a full grown ass man, but has already done all the Injustice 1 shit, i.e. become a tyrannical dictator and burn the brain out of a little boy.
Whew.
So at this point, he's already locked up. Batman has him secure in a Red Sun prison, or a Red Sunlight prison, I'll say. And Wonder Woman and Black Adam are pretty much the only members of the regime left that are still out there unaccounted for because they have diplomatic immunity. As if that means fucking anything when the world government is like, under new management.
Yeah.
So that's some dumb bullshit or whatever. So basically she comes to Earth and immediately gets scooped up by Wonder Woman and is like, the bad Batman has hurt your cousin and we gotta save him. And she's like, oh my god. And obviously she has no clue what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. But like, as things go on, she starts to be like, are we the baddies? It kind of feels like we're the baddies. Like, I don't know, man. This just doesn't seem right.
Something off here.
And Wonder Woman is the worst. in this series, right? She
That's
is
sad.
just the hugest unlikable. There is a fun quote. I want to like. I don't watch them anymore, but I used to watch the YouTube channel Far From Subtle. They did a series called Video Games Awesome, uh, which was like video game playthroughs, and they played Injustice at one point. And the first time Wonder Woman shows up in Evil Superman's Fortress of Solitude, she's wearing like a weird evening dress, and one of them just goes like, uh, uh, "I've been doing my Kegels, Cal. I crushed a man." She's like, "I crushed a man with them. He was in a tank."
Oh my god. So Wonder Woman's on his side.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Oh yeah, she has actually pushed him to be evil Superman.
What?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, this interpretation of Wonder Woman is just like we were supposed to guide mankind, but mankind fucking sucks, so they can all die.
That's dumb. I don't like
Pretty
that.
much how she is. And like she the other Wonder Woman, like the prime Wonder Woman, fights her in Injustice 1 and is basically like, what the fuck is your problem? We're supposed to help humanity. Temper their aggression. And she's like, humanity's aggression can't be tempered. They can't be saved. They can only be subjugated. And Prime Wonder Woman's just like, what the fuck?
There is supposedly an animated Injustice movie coming in the near future. And
I saw that.
I'm pretty excited about that because I really want to like understand this world without having to do a lot of research.
Man, the long and short of it is it's another one of those one bad thing happened to Superman and then he went full bonkers.
Yeah, and I know that part of it. Like I know what happened and I know how he reacted. But then there's this whole story of everyone choosing sides and a lot of story developments from there. And it's like I'm kind of excited to see that in the format of an animated movie.
I find the side stuff of like what characters chose what sides to be much more interesting than Superman himself, because he really does just evolve into a cartoon supervillain.
Yeah,
which I guess is technically what he is, but you get what I mean. But so things come to a head with Supergirl when Harley, who is on Batman's team, and what's really cool, as I mentioned before, she now wears the bat branding. The back of her jacket still has her diamond symbol, but now it's the bat symbol with the diamonds inside the bat is the symbol in her back now.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's firmly on Team Batman, and she's
As
trying to
she should be.
convince. She's trying to convince, fucking Supergirl that like these guys ain't shit. Yeah, because they have to temporarily, like Superman escapes, spoiler alert, and temporarily Batman and Superman have to call a truce, and their sides have to team up to stop Brainiac, and they even wind up using the old Justice League table to like hold meetings, and so Batman's clearly trying to bring Superman back from the brink, but it's just he's too far gone. But anyway, so there's a bit where Harley, Wonder Woman is going way too far and beating the shit out of somebody, like really fucking them up. And Supergirl goes to stop her. She's like, "Okay, you're going too far." And Wonder Woman's like, "You dare defy me!" And like, beats her up. And so then Harley picks Supergirl up. And she's like, "You okay, hun? Don't worry, we'll get you some help. But first, I got to teach this bitch some manners." And she goes over and
Oh boy,
fucking runs her through with her sword. And at that point, Supergirl loses her fucking mind, just punts Wonder Woman into orbit. Has to heat vision Harley's midsection because she has a giant gaping stab wound.
right.
Cauterizes her wound, rushes her to a hospital, and at that point, she's like, "Okay, yeah, these guys are definitely the bad guys. Holy shit." And what's really interesting is the she does wind up joining Batman's side, and she has to fight against Superman. And despite the age difference now, she still sees him as her little baby cousin. So she's always been protective of him, but now she sees the best way to help and save him as to stop him from doing any more evil. And it's very sad, but also totally understandable. And I think it's one of the coolest interpretations of the character.
That's really cool.
Did we want to attempt to talk about like the movie?
I have not seen it. That's one of those very rare comic book properties that I've not seen. I should have watched it to prepare for this. 2 months ago, I would have. I was on top of my game. I was seeking out weird, abstract pieces of superhero media to prep for these episodes, but I did not prepare for this one.
I felt kind of bad because you were putting much more effort into watching these things than I was.
I just liked having something interesting to say about them.
Oh, Argo City. That's the one.
Argo. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. See, I had to pull up the Wikipedia thing about the movie because I was going to be like, she was in a thing with a woman who was like a perfume maker, and then I was like, no, wait, that was the Catwoman movie.
Yeah, that's Catwoman. That's much worse. I bet that's worse. I bet it's worse.
It's terrible, but I feel like this one is too.
Yeah.
Look, I'll say the only knowledge I really have of the Supergirl movie, to be completely fair, is a Nostalgia Critic review I saw of it a while back. But like, I saw enough footage to be like, oh, this is bad. There's something about like a witch, and she's like trying to make some guy called Ethan fall in love with her, and something about Supergirl getting sent to the Phantom Zone. And
Supergirl getting sent to the Phantom Zone was in that movie?
Yeah.
They carried that over to the show at some point.
Like the witch the witch sent her into the Phantom Zone. And
okay.
Something called the Omegahedron, which seems to be their MacGuffin. There's a giant shadow demon that she fights. It's a weirdly magic-based movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Being related to the Superman property from the 80s.
You'd expect that to be more sci-fi than magic.
Nah. It's just not.
Weird.
Oh. Have Lucy Lane in this movie.
Okay.
Because I guess they just didn't feel like not having a female reporter, but also didn't want Lois.
Right.
God. Look, it's not a very good movie. I'm struggling to find things to say about it because it's not that it's bad in that way where like I can talk for hours about how Batman v Superman was bad. It's like it's bad because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's plainly right there. It happened. This is that it happened was bad.
The reason that nobody knows it exists is like that's all you really need to know, right? Everybody knows there's 4 Superman movies, but the moment that you go, did you know there was a Supergirl movie? People are like, what?
It is very sad that every female-led superhero movie in that era was just trampled by everything around it, horribly received, and then kind of forgotten by history. Because between that and the Catwoman Halle Berry movie, and the Elektra movie,
I was gonna say
and then it's like, oh, that's just so
every
sad.
that's the thing, because like every time
We had to wait until Wonder Woman
I would
2017.
I would argue that Captain Marvel was the first one that I thought was actually really good.
Really, I loved Wonder Woman in 2017.
I didn't watch Wonder Woman all the way through. I heard that it's like pretty good, but even then I'm like, I don't know if I count pretty good as like, whatever. Maybe I'm
really,
being too nitpicky.
I would call it genuinely really good. It might be the only DCEU movie where I'm like, that was great, I had fun, and I can't wait to go see it again.
Okay. I might actually need to give it a watch. I have heard that 84 is terrible, though.
84. Remember your optimism, Creed. But yes, 84 is not a very good movie. But
look, man, I'm giving you the leeway. Remember, you can be optimistic without fooling yourself. We can also accept reality.
That's true. There are things about 84 that I liked. I loved Pedro Pascal's performance. It's brightly colored. It's got kind of some of that Donner era Superman corniness that's really fun sometimes. But it's a train wreck of a plot. It's just don't worry about that one. But the 2017 Wonder Woman is on HBO Max. I would recommend it. The only thing is that it does have the kind of standard DC problem up to that point. I think maybe still up to this point, with the exception of Aquaman, really, where the third act devolves into bleak CGI landscape against a big gray monster person. And there it's like, all right, I was kind of hoping for, because the first hour and a half of the movie is really cool and unique. It's a period piece about this Amazon warrior fighting World War I. It's awesome. And then you suddenly get to the end, and then it's, oh, okay. I guess that's a thing you can do. I was expecting a more unique ending, but it wasn't to the point where I'd call it just an okay movie. I still really love the movie.
Do they do the
the guitar
song
thing?
Yeah.
The guitar thing's all over the place. And and I love that guitar thing. That is so damn cool.
Sure. I everything I've seen of Wonder Woman is like every single time she shows up they do that. And I'm like, I understand what a leitmotif is. I'm very well versed on leitmotifs. But
I really don't think it's overused in the Wonder Woman 2017 movie. It shows up 3 or 4 times
I'm saying I think it's overused across the board.
Across the board, yes.
I remember it was used like 3 times in like Batman v Superman. I was like, isn't that just like during more she's appeared?
Just during that one fight, it happens 3 times. And it shows up 3 or 4 times in the 2017 movie, but I don't think it was overused. What I do think was overused was Chunky XL's weird vocal thing that he did for her in Zack Snyder's Justice League, where every time Wonder Woman says anything, does anything, the camera looks at Wonder Woman walks into a room. Every time Wonder Woman is vaguely involved with anything, you hear this like, ah. And it's like, can you stop doing that? The first 2, I was like, that's a cool little sound they came up with for Wonder Woman's thing. That's a neat way to avoid overusing the guitar thing. That was really cool. I liked it. And then when they did it like for the 9th time in the first hour and a half of the movie, I was like, all right, you need to calm down.
Whenever I hear like vaguely tribal chantings or vocalizations like that, especially with a character that's white. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. And like, I know what
Is
people
she
are gonna
white?
be
I
like.
don't think she counts as white.
She's white. Look, if anyone wants to be like, oh, excuse me, I'm not white, I'm Italian, or
Okay.
I'm Greek, it's like, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Wonder bread.
Is she
You're
Israeli? Am I remembering that right?
you're spicy Wonder Bread. Well, okay, if she's Israeli, then like maybe, but like
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
pretty
she's
sure
Israeli.
I'm pretty sure she's Greek, right?
Well, the character is Greek, yeah.
Wait, what the fuck? She's not supposed to be Greek. Well, I get, but
I'm pretty sure that Gal Gadot is like Israeli or something. Like, I need to double check. I don't want
wait,
to.
yeah, she did a bad shit with her Israel thing. She did like the fuck the Palestinians thing recently and got
Yeah,
backlash.
she was like in the Israeli army or something.
Oh, cool. More reason to hate Wonder Woman.
Again, Wonder Woman is not Gal Gadot. She just resembles her.
I already didn't like her though. It's like if with the Benedict Cumberbatch thing, it was like,
Right.
hey, Benedict Cumberbatch plays this character. It's like, oh well, I don't like him. It's like, okay, now hold your horses. Remember, the character isn't the actor. It's like, okay, fine, fair. Who's the character? Oh, Mineta from My Hero Academia. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But,
I don't even know if you know who that is.
I don't, but I assume that you don't like that character.
He's got little great balls on his head, and his power is that he has sticky balls that he can do. Okay, whatever, fine.
Sticky balls.
But,
okay, good power.
But the problem is that he's a fucking sexual deviant.
Sweaty balls.
And like, look, here's the thing. I'm aware that anime is horny. He is way too horny for anime.
His power is sticky balls. Yeah, he's horny.
Well, like, look, here he goes into. I'm not gonna turn this into a whole minute episode, but I just need to get something real quick. The little fucking pervert will like. He does like the natural anime thing of like trying to see the girls in the hot springs. So it's like, okay, you know, he's a creep, but whatever. That's pretty normal behavior, at least for these shows. But then he goes like ramps it up to 11. When he goes into a girl's room, the first thing he does is he goes over to her dresser and just like wafts the air towards his nose, like he's trying to smell her ambient pussy fumes from her panty drawer.
Oh God!
Like at one point, there is a 7-year-old girl who has been a victim of horrible trauma and assault. She has been literally murdered and then put back together multiple times and had the blood drained out of her body. And she literally just got away from the supervillain who was doing it. And so, like I said, she's like 8 years old or something. He's like 15, 16. And literally the first thing he says to her is, hey, I can't wait to see how you'll look in 10 years.
Okay. Not great.
No, he's scum.
Okay.
And the worst part is he's not even scum that gets like development to realize that he was scum. No, he's still exactly the same person that he was back then today.
That's sad.
Anyway, it's like if an actor I didn't like portrayed a character I didn't like that. It's like there's good interpretations of Wonder Woman.
Like when Kevin Spacey was Lex Luthor.
Yeah, exactly.
That just
the weird thing is
because you're already an asshole, so now you're playing an asshole.
I kind of like Lex Luthor though.
I do. I like Lex Luthor, and frankly, I liked the portrayal of Lex Luthor when it was Kevin Spacey portraying him. That Lex Luthor is interesting to me, but I despise Kevin Spacey. So I have to learn because I am an optimist. And I really want to love all of this stuff. I had to get really good at separating actors from their performances.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway, the 2017 Wonder Woman movie is definitely worth a watch.
I don't really know if I have much else to say about Supergirl.
I'm gonna go watch that Supergirl movie. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. It's on HBO Max. Why not?
Well, you might be excited to find out that the film earned Golden Raspberry Award nominations for Worst Actress and Worst Actor, respectively.
Wow. What female superheroes were around before her in the comics? I wonder. I assume Wonder Woman was.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. I don't think Batgirl came first.
Let me look this up. I'm curious now.
She appeared in the late 50s, so I don't think Black Widow had appeared yet.
Batgirl was later.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wonder Woman was earlier.
Yeah. There was like Lady Liberty and shit, like all the ones that have like sort of died out in the modern era.
Right.
I think her name is Lady Liberty. Oh, Stargirl actually I think is older than her, right?
Really?
She has a TV show now.
She does have a TV show now. When was Stargirl created?
She's like a golden age hero.
Are we sure? This says Stargirl was created in '99. That can't be right. That is
not
late.
True.
That's too late. There's no way that's right.
Hang on, I'll join you and look it up.
This is first appearance July of 1999. No.
Now that's bullshit. I know she's older than that.
No way.
I'm currently.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not just thinking of Starman?
No, Stargirl is old too. I know Starman is old as shit.
Was it 1986? Maybe 1986. I'm seeing a 1986 here for some reason. That could be it. This is the best kind of podcast that devolves to us just Googling stuff.
It's extra bad right now because I'm downloading the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is sucking up my internet. So
no.
And maybe I'm thinking of the Star Spangled Kid because she had a
that could be
Star Spangled Kid.
That could be, but yeah. So I don't know. Since we don't have a whole lot else to talk about, Supergirl at the moment. Oh, I love the way that Supergirl. We already talked about Galatea and Power Girl in the Justice League Unlimited, but I also just love the way that Supergirl's depicted in Superman the Animated Series and in Justice League Unlimited. She is great in that. Let's see. On that Earth, they are not cousins. Her and Superman. They just pretend to be cousins on Earth.
Star Spangled Kid is from 1941, which is probably what I was thinking of.
That would make sense. I always found it really interesting that in the DC animated universe, they are not actually cousins because she's not even from the same planet. She's not actually from Krypton. In Superman the Animated Series, she's from whatever the next planet over was, and I can't remember what it was. But really? Superman finds her cryogenically frozen on that planet as he's exploring what's the shattered remains of Krypton. He finds this nearby planet that apparently the explosion of Krypton knocked this other planet out of its orbit. And
they made Argo a separate planet.
Argo, that was it. That's why I couldn't think of the city earlier, because I grew up thinking of it as the planet. So Argo...
Yeah, Argo is a city, like Kandor.
Okay. So in the DC animated universe, Argo is a planet, and Argo gets knocked out of its orbit by the explosion of Krypton, and it slowly freezes because it's been knocked away from its sun. And apparently Kara and her family cryogenically froze themselves, but stuff went wrong, and the rest of the family's pods were destroyed, but hers remained intact. So Superman found her and brought her back, and has Ma and Pa Kent. And it's cool that in the DC animated universe, he gets to keep both of his parents. That Jonathan Kent doesn't die when Clark is a teenager, the way it's usually depicted in
he's also
movies
still alive. He's also still alive in Young Justice.
Oh, really? I forgot about that.
Yeah, he appears in Young Justice season 2. There's a bit because like all of their bases got destroyed in that season.
Yeah.
Um, there was a bit where uh, Superboy asked John to hold up some of their team members in the barn. Uh,
Oh,
and
I remember that now.
and
Okay.
John's just like any excuse to see one of my boys.
I love him. I love Jonathan Kent. Yeah. Um, so I think it's cool that Superman brings Kara back to be looked after by them on the farm, and so then they pretend that they're cousins, or they call each other cousins. So they just pretend that Kara is Clark Kent's young cousin who lives in the area, and that's kind of the cover they go with, even though they're not actually cousins. But on the Supergirl show, they're actually cousins. Like they both grew
Yeah,
up
and
on
in
Krypton.
in
And
most media, they're actually cousins.
it's really interesting that in the DC animated universe they aren't. It's just a cover to explain how he knows her as when they're being humans.
You know, especially with all the recent stuff about like Loki and variants and whatnot. I gotta
Mhm.
say, in terms of the whole Supergirl Power Girl thing, I wish there was more done with them, with the idea of them trying to learn how to live on a new world, a new planet Earth together as, like extensions of the same person. But now, like, I mean, because like, how does that work? You're like, I guess they have to forge social security numbers and shit. Like, how does all that work with all the Kryptonians, really?
That's such a good point. How did they do that?
Because like, all it takes is one
Superman is an
DNA
illegal
test.
alien.
Literally, yeah. All it takes is one DNA test, and the
Which I
computer would
will.
be like, "Fucking error! This could be two people," and the doctors would be like, excuse me, are you Kara Danvers or this other Kara Danvers? What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, it just since I mentioned it, I feel obligated to say that it's always really funny to me whenever Superman like material or anything is used by like certain political groups that would be against this kind of stuff, because like Superman is an illegal alien refugee journalist who fights
Yeah.
corrupt billionaires. It always amuses me how few people apparently know that about Superman.
While we're upsetting certain man children, Jesus was also a Middle Eastern uh, refugee who liked to help the poor.
Yeah.
So, fuck you, is what I'm saying. Stop trying to appropriate imagery of political ideologies that fall way outside of your spectrum and
Well, the
make them
same
into
thing.
symbols to
I
support
feel
you.
like we're gonna wind up having to do an episode about the political implication of superheroes, which would actually be a really cool episode now that I'm thinking of it.
Yeah.
Because the same is true for like the Punisher logo that's used, and it's like
Oh God.
it's often blended with the thin blue line flag. It's like, no, the Punisher hates corrupt police.
He hates most
He
cops.
hates most cops. He's not a pro police dude. He thinks that he'll kill corrupt police, and he thinks that the non-corrupt police are dumb and
Are
ineffective.
pussies. Like, yeah. So
Just because he has guns doesn't mean he supports all of your views.
it really shows that these
I'm
people
sure he
like
is pro Second Amendment, but
have
whatever.
have
So am
such
I.
surface level knowledge of these characters that you could literally show them a fucking parody like that is meant to make fun of them. But if it's in
They
the
won't
right
get it.
colors and they have the right skin tone, they won't look past page 1. So they'll be like, I love this character. It's like, you'll love this character who kicked Donald Trump in the balls. It's like, what? It happened on page 3. Oh.
Oh. The same thing is true of like Deadpool, that I guess they think because he's vulgar or something and uses guns, but it's like, oh, pansexual. This dude's super progressive.
He hates abusive people and like
Yeah.
is kind of pro feminism and stuff. Like what he took it in the ass that one time. He
Anyway,
wasn't a
yeah.
fan of it, but he still did it for his girl.
I feel like this episode wound up sadly being a bunch of trailers for upcoming episodes. Well, we can't wait to get to the Flash episode and the politics episode and the Batman
You know what's a
episode.
shame? You know what's a shame?
What?
That's perfectly reflective of Supergirl.
Oh no. That's so sad.
I don't mean it to be mean, but I'm just trying to be accurate. And the truth of the matter is, she is often only used to elevate other characters.
And that is sad.
It is. It's fucked up. Let her be her own character, man.
And I am glad in that way that the Supergirl TV show kind of did, which is why I really like watching it. Season 6 has lost a step, but in season, I feel like in season 4 and 5 that we've got Lex Luthor coming on. She's fighting Lex Luthor. There's a deal where Superman leaves to go raise his kid with Lois on Argo. I think they brought back where Argo's a planet on these Arrowverse shows.
Really, that's weird.
Yeah, he goes off to Argo.
Wait, that doesn't make sense because I know she was on Krypton. Like they are cousins. She got did they like
but then they
did they make a new Argo, like a new Namek?
They might have. I don't know. Like I said, I missed season 3. Something important happened that I
remember
missed.
I remember they were on a planet with Red Sun in the Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. And there was a woman there who I don't know who she was. Was she Superman's mom or something? Like
I think so.
Because she's supposed to be dead, I'm pretty sure.
Not understanding that scene is why I'm rewatching Supergirl. that exact scene is why I'm like, I gotta watch season 3. I gotta know. But yeah, the Superman at some point is like, he even says to her, "You're stronger than me. Like, you've got this. I've been doing this for decades. I'm tired. I want to go live with my wife and son and just be with him. I'll come back someday. But for right now, I guess he's kind of going on a paternity leave. Like, I want to go raise my kid. And he says, I'll come back someday, but you've got this. Like, the earth is fine with you. It'll be okay. And that was cool that they have Superman tell her that it's like, yeah, you got this. I'm out of here. You can handle Lex. And that she's kind of finally just her own thing. And she's, I like it. I like Supergirl, the show.
I do like that. I think that's nice. You know what? I always try to find some positive moral because despite Jordan, I'm a pessimist.
No, I've never said you're a pessimist. I've just said that on your show we feel more free to bash things than on because on my show we feel obligated. Jordan. We feel obligated to be more optimistic than we need to be.
But because I like to end things on a nice moral, I think that this is a good example of like guys in power trying to placate women, throwing them a bone, but not really giving them much of anything to work with. Like how, like with voting rights and everything that women have dealt with through the suffragette movements through the years and whatnot, Supergirl was just sort of a symbolic gesture that didn't really have a whole lot of weight behind it. She was technically an extremely strong character, at least approaching the level of Superman. But then she had next to no action or character or anything for decades. And every once in a while, she would pop up in these, like in the '84 movie or in the DC animated universe. But again, she was always a very pale extension of Superman who never got the development of characters like, say, Robin or even Batgirl and others, other sidekick type characters. But nowadays, as women are finding more and more of their own power that they've gathered together to really stand up and do something meaningful and not have to wait for men to get our shit together. Supergirl is similarly finding her own identity, her own story, and is no longer feeling as much as just a extension of Superman. She doesn't need Superman these days to have her own engaging story. And I think that is a much more powerful journey and message than if she was just given like true characterization from men right out of the gate. Because it's always been a struggle with women. Like they've always had to take a back seat to men, throughout the eons. And well, I mean, in a lot of our like sort of Western European culture anyway. But
Right.
What I'm saying is she's a very good symbol of the feminist movement coming into its own, and I support it. And one day we're eventually going to have to do a Wonder Woman episode where I will talk about when portrayals of feminism are done badly. All right, and I think that just about does it for today. Do you have any other thoughts you want to say about Supergirl before we wrap up?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, feel free to join the Cape Corner Discord. I occasionally do polls and ask for suggestions about upcoming episodes, characters that you want to hear. Remember, I do anime, video game, and superhero characters. Next week, we're going to be doing something special. We're going to be doing something really special.
Branching into a new genre of character.
It's going to be our first threesome. I'm going to have both Jordan and Jay on here with me at the same time because we're all going to talk about a shared interest. So make sure to join the Discord to keep up to date with the episodes and any sort of news or information that comes out like that. Feel free to support me. I had one supporter, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, but my Podbean account, because I used to host this podcast on Podbean, has dried up from inactivity, and now my single supporter is gone. So I hope people who knew me from the Podbean days have discovered that I migrated over to Anchor. Oh shit, I didn't leave a space for. I'll find a space for the ad.
You'll figure it out.
But yeah, if you want to like pay even just $1 every month, every little bit helps. If you're interested in my wacky and abrasive takes, follow me on Discord at Beyond Blue 13. You are at Jordan Blueman.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm at Jordan Bluman
also
on Twitter and Snapchat and Discord and PlayStation and TikTok, which I never really use, but I have one.
Also follow his podcast at Fandom Optimists. They do really good work. They're less angry than I am.
Yeah, we talk about whatever's going on with our favorite fandoms. We try to be optimistic about it, and sometimes Blue will show up over there.
I would say where I cover a specific topic, you guys are more like current events. Would you say that's fair to say?
Yeah, I guess, and I guess since this week's episode will almost certainly be on Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie, it's not necessarily current events, but it's more like where you take a deep dive into a character or concept, and we take a deep dive into
a property
or a franchise or a movie or something, or a show or an episode of a show, and also kind of talk about what's going on in the fandom around it.
Yeah. I felt like I should probably specify what's actually different about our podcast so people.
Yeah, and I feel like in that way, these two podcasts are really good complements for each other because they don't really cover the same thing, but they cover the same kinds of things.
Yeah, I think we make a good team all around.
We should start a podcasting network.
Oh,
you know how some people have networks? There's like a bunch of podcasts under the same network. I don't know how they do that, but that'd be cool.
It would be really neat. Oh.
If we ever get like more listeners on both of these shows.
Yeah, that's the big thing, isn't it? So if you want to see things like that, really cool stuff where we can make networks, make sure to share these episodes with friends. Um, like I don't care if you got to be like really uh just butt into someone's conversation and have no social tact or whatever. Just like having they're talking about their dead dog or whatever, just be like, "Hey, have you heard about this podcast?" Like,
Oh boy. Yeah, try it. See what happens.
you'll probably lose a friend, but we may gain a listener. And that's what really matters.
And whatever you do, don't miss the crossover episode next week between me and Jay on this show.
It'll be an epic meeting. I have no clue how you guys are going to interact together because you've never spoken.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like that should be my new catchphrase. Just, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
You just end every episode with, yeah, and I feel like I'm forgetting something, but that's probably it. So I'll see you around.
My Neville Longbottom ass. Just, the only problem is, I can't remember what I've forgotten.
Apparently, it was his robes.
Was
it took me forever to notice that he's the only person in that scene not wearing the black robes.
Oh.
So it was his robes that he forgot.
Huh. Well.
There's an answer.
Felt like that should have been more obvious than Neville, you dumbass.
We should have noticed that before now.
Well, I
years.
have the benefit of I'm not existing in that world. All breakfast at that table. Eventually I'd go, hang on a second.
That's true. But I've watched that movie so many times in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
That I really should have noticed that before now.
That's true.
I only figured it out because the internet pointed it out to me 3 weeks ago.
Let's not devolve into Harry Potter discussions. We've already devolved into enough things in this episode.
Yeah, and this is way past being our longest episode now.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
Spider-Man was almost 2 hours. It was like an hour.
Oh yeah, I
minutes.
forgot that one was absurdly long.
I'm going to try not to break that record for a while.
The Batman episode will break the record, and I don't think anything before that will.
Unless I do a Joker episode before that.
Yeah, either Batman or Joker will break it for sure, or maybe the crossover episode will because you have three people's opinions.
That's true. Oh, we will be talking a lot.
And because I know which character it is, there's going to be a lot to discuss.
Oh, that might have actually changed. I'll discuss that with you afterwards.
Okay. Well, regardless.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for putting up for our inane banter that we slip into. I apologize.
Yeah, this is what Blue gets for inviting someone with ADHD on this podcast.
It's what I get for having ADHD and making a podcast. All right, we'll see you all next week, everybody. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and remember, we can all be heroes.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, I didn't let you say your thing.
No, yours is good. I was just going to tell them to drink water.
I'll leave that in.
You should leave in the beginning where I did an impression of you. So the show opens with me going, hello, and welcome back to Cape Corner.
Yeah, I'll clip that in. Like, I'll edit around it and just leave that.